Joining me right now with more, former Trump campaign manager and America First Action chief strategist, Corey Lewandowski. Corey, good to see you again. Long time no see.
Great to be with you.
For the viewers, I just saw Corey last night on Lou Dobbs' program. Let me ask you this here. We've got Gates now reportedly pleading guilty, but still there's no evidence of any kind of collusion. What do you make of the Gates plea?
What I make of this is exactly what we have said from the Trump campaign from the very beginning. There was no collusion between the Trump campaign and anybody with Russia. There was no cooperation. There was no coordination. And what Rick Gates is pleading guilty to are crimes which he committed, or allegedly, I guess he's now pled guilty to, that took place sometime in the mid-2000s, probably 10 to a dozen years before he ever joined the Trump campaign. So if Rick Gates didn't follow the law as it relates to registering as a foreign agent or doing work and keeping money overseas, then he needs to be held accountable for that. But let me be clear. It in no way ties back to the Trump campaign and no way ties back to anything that we did to win an election fair and square. And that's the important part here.
Do you think you guys did enough in terms of vetting?
I'm sorry?
What about the vetting that the campaign actually does? I mean, because, Manafort, he had some skeletons that everybody seemed to know about, yet, nobody cared.
No, look, I think the difference is, look, Rick Gates was an unknown commodity when he came to the campaign, and Paul brought him in. And so I don't know what type of vetting you would have been able to do with Rick. He had never been working in Washington that I'm aware of. Could we have done a better job vetting Paul Manafort? Probably. But at the time Paul came to the campaign, you have to remember, it was April of 2016, and Paul's job was to go and wrangle the delegates for a potentially contested convention. And Paul was probably the last guy alive who actually was involved in a contested convention in 1976. Mm-hmm. So, we found, I think, the only person who had ever done this before who was still alive, because that was the Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan potentially contested convention. Paul was part of that. And so he was brought on specifically to work the convention and the delegates, something where he had a core competency. Now, looking back, there should have been a better job done, and we can be responsible for that. But in no way, shape, or form did anything that Paul Manafort did overseas or with hiding money or not filling out his taxes properly or embezzling or false statements to the government, did that have anything to do with his tenure during the Trump campaign?
Wow. Corey, you were on that campaign. You saw everything right up close. Anything ever strike you as odd? I mean, was anybody speaking Russian or having a few too many white Russians at the bar? I'm kidding, but in all seriousness, was there anything to ever give you cause, Corey Lewandowski, to think that the Russians were somehow trying to work with your campaign to skew the election in your favor?
Trish, let me be as clear as I can be. Never, ever, ever, even before Donald Trump came down that escalator, did I ever have contact that I know of with a Russian agent, a Russian official, a person who ate Russian salad dressing, drank white Russians? Nothing, literally nothing. Look, the media either says our campaign was so inept that we couldn't coordinate between the headquarters and the states that we were trying to run in, or we were so sophisticated that we were running a James Bond operation. But you can't have it both ways. The bottom line is there was no collusion, no cooperation, no coordination. I sat next to candidate Trump 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. He never spoke to anybody. There was no coordination.
Thank you, Corey Lewandowski.